What's up, everybody? Jason here with a special Batman Day review. Happy Batman Day, everybody. As a big Batman fan myself, I thought I'd celebrate with a special review of a podcast that I really enjoy. It's called Batman The Audio Adventures, originally streaming exclusively on HBO Max. Now the first season is streaming anywhere you can find your podcast. So if you want to listen to it, give it a go. They also just announced this week that season 2 will be streaming on HBO Max October 7th. The HBO Max format is a bit interesting just because the HBO Max app doesn't make for good listening. You have to have it's like watching a video. It's watching a video, so you have to have the screen on. So trying to listen to it in the car can be a little difficult because you have to have your screen on. And so if you can listen to it without it distracting you, kudos. I've figured out how to do it. But what's interesting about the visual component to the show is that instead of pictures what you're used to, there's a image of an old time radio with a Batman symbol on it, and then the background changes depending on where you're at in the scene. And it just makes it interesting. It really reminds me of those old time shows in radio shows in the 30s and 40s, and back in the old days where everyone would sit down around the radio and just listen to the latest, comedy show or drama or whatever was playing on the radio at the time. And it's definitely meant to harken back to that era. I mean, the whole show has a very classic, old-timey radio feel to it. Everything from the writing to the sound design to even the voice acting just definitely brings you back to that era. And it really actually kind of reminds me of Batman the Animated Series. And the cast is just fantastic. I mean, you have Jeffrey Wright, who was Commissioner Gordon in The Batman earlier this year, as the voice of Bruce Wayne and Batman. And he brings that gravitas to Batman that you would expect from Jeffrey Wright. Rosario Dawson is the voice of Catwoman, because of course she is. I mean, it's just a no-brainer, really. Brent Spiner, reprising his role from Young Justice as the Joker. He's a very creepy, quiet, calm, collected Joker, but that really works to his advantage because when he explodes, it's just, you're at the edge of your seat. He creeps you out. Then you have one unexpected one that I really enjoyed was John Leguizamo as the Riddler. I never thought John Leguizamo as the Riddler, but it was just fantastic and so perfectly done. I mean, he's so zany and off the wall and ridiculous. He really reminds me of Frank Gorshin. I wonder if that's what he was going for. And if it was, he totally nailed it. His performance is one of my favorite on the show. Bobby Moynihan is the voice of the Penguin, and I think he's trying to channel a little bit of Burgess Meredith, a little bit of Danny DeVito, maybe a few other past Penguins in there, but he definitely really brings his own energy to it, and it's a lot of fun. Kenan Thompson as Commissioner Gordon, I really enjoyed his portrayal as Jim Gordon. He brings an unexpected level of, for Kenan Thompson, he brings an unexpected level of stern seriousness to the role that's not really common with Kenan Thompson. I thought that was a lot of fun. Ike Barinholtz is the voice of Harvey Dent and Two-Face, and what's interesting about that is he actually plays it like it's two different people. When I first heard it, I thought it was actually two different people, but then when I've listened really closely, you could tell it's the same person. But he just pulls that off so well that he can almost fool you for a second that it's two different people. Chris Parnell is the narrator, and he plays it just like an old-timey radio narrator, and it's really cool. Jason Sudeikis is Mayor Hill as the corrupt alcoholic mayor was, you know, I mean, was just spot on. Brooke Shields as Vicky Vale was another surprising choice for me. I mean, just the cast, and then there's just so many others in this show. That's just, they nail every performance. Sometimes when some of the other players are playing different characters, you kind of have to. It's a little hard because sometimes the voices they choose are sort of similar to other voices. But overall, it's just fantastic. I absolutely love it. It's one of those rare gems that you didn't really expect. And it's just, it's just perfect. And I'm really pumped for season 2 because I've gone through season 1 over and over and over. And they're about 30 minutes, they're about a half hour, 45 minutes. I think the last episode is the longest with, clocking out at an hour. And what it's each episode kind of goes to a build. It's very serialized, and that's what I like about it. Kind of like the old shows back in the day were very serialized. It's really, really, really cool. If you're a Batman fan, you would absolutely love this show. If you were a fan, if you're one of those like old time radio aficionados of like The Shadow and old Sherlock Holmes stuff, you will definitely enjoy this. And one of the things I really liked is that they kind of break the main story up into segments, and then throughout that sprinkle sort of commercials and phone calls and things just to kind of build the world of Gotham City. And it's really cool. It's really interesting. It's really funny. Definitely check it out. It's a great way to spend your Batman day. So, Batman the Audio Adventure Season 1 streaming now on HBO Max and on other podcast platforms if you want to listen to it. If you want to watch it and see all the cool visual effects, check it out on HBO Max. Season 2 will be streaming October 7th. Let me know if you've listened to Batman, if you've heard Batman the Audio Adventures. Let me know what you thought of it down in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Click that notification bell to get updates on all my future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your Batman day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.